He was a man that sacrificed his life for just to see the betterment of suffering people.
Yes, brother.
And,
Well said.
And it teaches us something about what he said in his letter from prison about fear.
Yes.
And we should not fear that which we know is just.
Yes.
The consequences of fear of what we know is just, we should not fear it, because that means that we would lack belief.
Yeah, of course.
God and the higher power. So, and we know it exists. For those who want to be in disbelief, they could be, but like he talked about those whirlwinds, I don't have doubt. And when you fly over the Atlantic, all of the souls and suffering that went to the bottom of the Atlantic, they say now, even when airplanes are now going over certain parts of the Atlantic, they have to now change the route going to Africa because it's so much turbulence when it goes over. I said, that's the ancestors. They can't go over certain parts of the Atlantic anymore and go to Africa. They had to change the route. Why is that? They say when the turbulence gets so high, they're afraid the planes will go down.
Wow.
So that's not a coincidence, something speaking out. Yes, and that's the blood and suffering from the ground of the Atlantic, from the floor.
Power of our ancestors. Yes. And that's what Mr. Garvey was able to do to harness the help of 12 million black people. Yeah. He was able to reach the minds of people on a different level that most of us don't even understand, my dear brother.
Yes. And it's amazing when I look and hear about it. I just say, here's a boy when he was young who had this thought at a young age, coming out of probably poverty himself and with nothing, and had the conviction and courage within himself to get up and go do something. And not just do something so great. Yeah. From a thought. So he's to be commended greatly and highly for that, as his name lives on. We just got to continue to do the good and the work, follow that black print, and get that book, Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. I'm going to go back and read it again now, another round of going through it. I'm going to go cover to cover.
Very good, brother. Very good.
It takes, I would do like Marcus Garvey said, even if you take a page a day, or even if you're waiting at a bus stop for a bus for an hour, that's the hour time you have that you don't have to waste.
True, of course.
So we don't need to waste time if we're on the plane. Instead of sleeping, we could take 2 hours and read.
Of course.
So we could find the time. Just use the wasted time for better time, for productive time.
We must.
So with that, Brother Duncan, we thank you for taking your time. I know you're just coming from Chicago off the plane from doing the work and continuation of the spirit of our great father, Marcus Garvey. And we just ask that the Almighty encompass you with his armor of protection and guidance at all times for the work you do. We support you. We with you 100%. Not no W.E. Du Bois style, straight. We don't go those ways. This movement is a righteous, straight movement, and we support it. I've always had from young, and for what I learned and know, and more people need to be educated now, especially the young now. If you ask maybe even at the grade school or middle school young man or woman now about Marcus Garvey, they probably would tell you, who is that? They would ask you, who is that?
Right.
And even their parents would say, who is he? So, a lot of us has been straight off our history and our leaders and our works purposely. But we can't rely on the education system because it still falls under that one structure that stopped the movement or tried to stop the movement in that same structure that imprisoned Marcus Garvey.
Yes,
so we can't rely on no education departments to teach the upliftment of black people. So that's why the UNIA had their programs, has their education, built their schools. Did Marcus Garvey build a hospital?
Yeah, they had a hospital. Even Harlem, there was a hospital, and they were building that university in Virginia that was gonna have a wing of a hospital as well. Because
For the
remember,
future, there's a lot lies in the future. But the
yes,
show's time is up right now, brother Duncan. We thank you for taking the time, and we just happy that you continuing the work and the great works. So may God bless you to continue even greater, and more people awaken to the growth and revitalize and uplift the words and black print of Marcus Garvey.
thank you, brother.
Very much.
Thank you. One God, one
One
aim,
aim and
one
one destiny.
destiny. Long live Marcus Garvey.
Yes. Thank you.